And now he's here, and now he's being a very selfless player. And there's Dardoch on top of it, right? We have these guys who have just like really put everything aside and been like, yeah, we're going to take this very seriously. We're going to try to be the best. And it's fantastic to watch.
It certainly is. And now Phoenix 1 and Envy are looking to close out this series with a win. Picks and bans between the two. Vladimir and Gangplank again banned away from Envy. Shen and Azir taken away from Phoenix 1. Now the big change here is going to see whether or not Rek'Sai, Sivir, or Hecarim get through, as there are a lot of power picks, not only over the course of this series, but in general. Malzahar will follow Phoenix 1 for an identical set of bans to game number 1. So far, Envy are following the exact same pattern as well.
Yeah, is it Rek'Sai? Is it Hecarim? Sometimes you gotta say it was unlucky and just ban what you were banning in game 1. If he goes back to the Hecarim, he'll have to lock it in early.
Ooh, Cassiopeia banned away. Pressure on that Pyrian mid lane. Now Rek'Sai, Hecarim, and Sivir are up, and Phoenix 1 have got their priorities all in a row. They immediately swoop up that Sivir.
Yeah, no need to take the Rek'Sai or the Hecarim early, because the other one will just come your way.
Now with that Rek'Sai getting through the bans, this is where we see our first deviation as Karma once again picked up right away by Envy, similar to game number 1, but Rek'Sai is the change up for Proxen instead of that Gragas. That was first picked in game number 2 though. So Envy, as you said, they might be saying, you know what, that was an unlucky game. Yeah, we'll just have to bounce back.
Roll again, go with the Rek'Sai, which was not effective at all up against the Hecarim. But they do have the Karma now, so there's no risk of the Hecarim being paired with the Karma, which was incredibly effective at enabling the Hecarim.
Well, that Sivir could mean some scary things. But once again, Trundle is going to be locked in along with Bard for Phoenix 1. Gate, pretty clutch Tempered Fates in game number 1.
Yeah. Bard is one of his favorite champions, so seeing him go back to that champion over and over again to start these fights off. No Taric this time, so maybe it's a little bit different of a composition here, but once again, Brandini on the Trundle, 3 games in a row. So Envy can just play the Lissandra into it again if they're so comfortable with it, but it wasn't working out exactly the way he wanted before. Maybe Seraph gets a little frustrated with it and picks something like Gnar or even Aurelia, because you know the Trundle's going top, it's not being flexed.
Envy are going to get the opportunity to deal with that. Seraph, so very important to the team of Envy. He's got the opportunity to counterpick, and Lissandra being looked at and locked in along with Kog'Maw. Envy might be returning to that strategy that got them the win in game 1.
But it's not your typical protect the Kog'Maw composition again.
Yeah.
And they maybe just be looking for a support now. Possibly a Braum or something along those lines. Braum Kog'Maw incredibly strong, so he has a frontliner, has a way to instantly stun people and peel for himself in a way. And then the Karma maybe for Ninja again, like always for Envy. But I gotta mention as well, because the Kog'Maw won, right? But it was a triple inhib game. They were down, really sloppy.
Push to the Nexus.
Envy have not had a solid hold in either of their games, despite winning one of them. The final moments were what made it.
Final picks for Phoenix 1. And the crowd is losing it. And Hecarim was switched over to it the last second. It is locked in.
Now Victor as well. Victor with that tiny nerf early game. Not too incredibly huge, but still, going to have the Hecarim for Inori. Maybe see him pop off again on that champion, because that was an incredible performance. Single-handedly carried his team with the help of Period.
Yeah. This time, instead of the Karma speeding up, it's going to be him with on the hunt from Sivir if he ever heads down to that bottom lane. And final pick now for Envy. If they follow the strategy in game number 1, this is a support.
I feel like you go Braum. Hakua plays a really good Braum. you'll have a way to stun the Hecarim. I know they went with Morgana last time, but they don't have the same type of CC in this game that you have to care about. And Braum can stop the Cosmic Binding with his shield, so that's what I would think it would be, but I guess they're just going for pick potential again.
And we have to remember, Envy had an advantage over the majority of that game, even if only by about 2,000 gold. It was only until about that 35-minute mark that Phoenix One were able to come together and secure the win. Well, at least secure the advantage that would have led to a win, if not for that one final team fight.
The one final team fight, triple inhib though, but these are going to be the compositions for the final game here. Envy looking at a lot of pick, but at the same time, not a huge front line for Laud. Goal of this is to poke down, have a lot of magic damage, but it could be trouble, because Phoenix One, if Inori starts getting some MR, gets a Spirit Visage out, he can just trample that whole backline.
Yeah. Phoenix One looking for yet another win to add to this column. They're at 4-3 right now on this since the second half of the split. This would make it 5, winning over half of their games against more than half of the teams in the league.
Yeah, and I would guarantee they end the second half of the split with an above 500 record.
Yeah, very impressive stuff for them. But as we move into game number 3, you've got one last chance to make your voice heard. Rock the vote. Use hashtag P1win or hashtag NVWin to predict the winner of this match. Tweet at LOL Esports. Last time the fans were voting for Envy at 55%, and then Inori went off. Will it happen again?
And then the Phoenix One Nation attacked.
Yeah, exactly.
Inori comes out of the woodwork on the Hecarim, and he's going to get it again in Game 3. The decider here. Did Envy go to playoffs today? Or do they have to fight Echo Fox for it?
That final spot still up for contention as we've loaded onto the Rift. Both wins have been by Red Side in game number 1 and game number 2. Phoenix One looking to upset that and take this series. As defensive lines across the board once again. Haven't seen a lane swap so far this series, despite the fact that it's still only 6-14. Hakuho says, thank you for the gold and the Thunderlord's proc.
That's a rich Morgana. Level 1. It's one of those moments where you're walking around with 27 gold, you want a little bit more, and you get back and get a potion. Just a little bit more. Just go fish for another bind.
Playing it safe for now. Keeping Laud safe.
He can do it.
The true support.
Yes, that's true.
Not the dynamic queue support.
Still, Laud, it's actually quite easy to do the Gromp level 1 as Kog'Maw. You do so much damage, and also the fact that the binding will keep it out of range for a good bit.
Oh, sweeper by Phoenix One.
Yeah, that's actually by Mash.
And with this, they're invading the red buff of Envy. You can see Seraph and Proxen
Weird.
cheating around. They're spotted out by a ward.
Yeah, and you're gonna find nothing on the bottom side though. This is Proxen and Seraph on the top side of the map. They don't know it's a lane swap just yet. All he saw was this. What? Proxen's not even doing his jungle. He's helping Seraph push.
Oh,
this is the weirdest
Gate.
jungler start I've ever seen.
Lost. He flashes. Cosmic Binding misses. They flash the turret. First blood, Brandini.
That is the weirdest start. You can't hold turret like that. As soon as you see them, you gotta head for the hills. And why is Proxen in the lane? Why is your jungler in the lane? He's not a laner. And now he's gonna go try to do his red? What's he doing? He's gotta give up this whole side of the jungle. He can't do anything here.
Very unique play from Phoenix One. Puts Envy on the back foot within the first 2 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, it's a unique play from both Phoenix One and Envy. And he's even attacking the minion wave. That is so strange. And then Seraph, oh, he's locked up there, gets multiple flashes for his trouble, but absolutely destroyed so early on. Blows his flash, blows his TP, and he had like 8 deaths last game. Yeah, it's got to be weighing on him a little bit here. Off on the wrong foot again.
Second half of the split, Envy are 1-6. They just need one more win to secure a spot in playoffs. And Phoenix One are saying, no, you shall not, sir.
1-6. That's crazy. So in the second half of the split, they've actually been performing like Echo Fox's first half of the split.
Yeah.
That's actually like some great context there because it has not been going well for them. They've been kind of figured out. They have been playing the top side less and less. And Seraph, on the other hand, has actually been playing worse and worse as the split goes on.
Brandini with that first blood also gets solo gold on that turret as the lane swap from Phoenix 1 nets a kill very early on. And see, Lot and Hakuho are heading up there.
And even if Envy lock in that playoff spot, that's going to make that race in this last week for third place super important. Because would you rather face Envy in this current state, or would you rather face CLG? So CLG, Liquid, right? Looking at those 4 or 5 spots at the moment, Cloud9 in third. It's going to get really interesting because Envy look like an opponent that if they can't hold up to P1, I mean, okay, P1 beat TSM, so you know. we're not exactly sure where P1 would stand if they had been like this from the start. But still, it means that that would be a team in playoffs that may not have been there if this had been the roster.
He goes as well.
Oh, boy.
Foxen has flash. Okay, he makes it under his turret, but Nori timing the invade.
Yeah, Nori still gets everything, gets the tunnel as well, extra gold, clears the jungle. Now he's on the bottom side of the map, too, to help push if he wants.
That first Drake is a Cloud Drake, and as you said, Hecarim loves him some Cloud Drake.
Loves Cloud Drake. Nori always backs and gets that Hunter's Potion first on Hecarim, just because you're still mana hungry. Rampage, you're constantly spamming it, and you really want to take the blue buffs, you don't get that. It's a sad life.
Yeah,
Except when he gets buffed.
Ping's now onto that Cloud Drake from Envy as they must suspect that this is happening.
Yep.
And the turret falls for Brandini.
And this is probably not going to be contested either. Envy a little bit slower on the draw. And top side, it's not a symmetrical map. You have to wait until 6 minutes before that Rift Herald comes up. So you get a Cloud Drake for free. Cloud Drake, I know. Yeah, the memes outlast Perception as well, but it's super good now. The 25 movement speed, you basically just gave everybody on your team.
Oh, very good trade from Ninja in this mid lane. He gets a lot of damage down onto Furion.
Yeah, that's one of those trades where it's like, the guy walked up and he punched you in the face. So his knuckles hurt a little bit.
Not exactly the fairest of trades, but 6 minutes in, Phoenix 1 leading the pace of this game by initiating that lane swap and securing the first Drake. The next one to spawn will be an Infernal at about 12 minutes into the game, and Phoenix 1 looking for a similar performance in this game 3 as in game number 2. But the pressure is on. Envy, again, they just need one win. If they win here, they're going to playoffs. If not, there's an opportunity for Apex to catch up.
And then Envy have to try their luck against Echo Fox, who 10th place team at the moment. And Echo Fox are in a position where they would try a whole lot of different things. They have nothing to lose and everything to gain by playing their hearts out. Because they're locked into that position. But if they're able to try some new things out, it may take Envy off guard, because this just did as well with that sweeper start.
You can see Seraph sitting on top of a ward as he's unable to clear that freeze out from Brandini. The slow push now, because he does not have vision of that Hecarim. So instead chooses to pressure up that mid lane as Ninja. Once again, getting some harass onto Furion. Hakuho is there as well. Furion eating a lot of damage here. But with Phoenix 1 having control of that bottom wave and now the top wave, they're okay to take some of this harass and shove these waves out.
Wow. Chaos Storm used just for the wave clear. That's how bad Pyrion wanted to back. Blue buff is not up yet for him either, and he just keeps taking a ton of poke. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for an Abyssal Scepter first. Gets himself a little bit of MR. Megatron Cloak would be good, but he does end up going for the double upgrade. Hex Core Mark II. 2 for blue.
2 for blue.
I guess it'd be blue for 2, but still. Spends all his money on it. Wants to go for that red upgrade as soon as possible and have the Chaos Storm that's super fast.
Proxen on the invade, though. Oh, there's no smite for Inori.
None for Proxen either, and it looked like it was just going to be a check there for Proxen.
Yeah. Did miss that red buff, though.
Sometimes you feel lucky. You just want to throw out a Prey Seeker.
Inori now level 6.
Yeah, he's looking for that long lane right here.
While Brandini takes a turret hit to shove this wave in. Seraph, he's actually down a level. He will
Down
get the
CS.
opportunity to freeze this back, and for the first time in the series.
Yeah, down in CS, down level. It's that first blood. He had to lose so much off of that. And typically, top laners don't do too much during the early game in lane swaps. You're missing out on CS. You're not the one to pick it up until afterwards. But because his lane was so far behind after that first blood, they really had to hide him, and he couldn't take too many risks staying in CS.
Phoenix 1, though, looking to steal away this blue buff. Ninja's over there as well.
Ooh! Ninja gets it. Aptly named mid laner for Envy. Picks up his own blue buff from the clutches of P1. And now P1, all they want is turret.
Collapse onto the mid lane. They're going to have to clear out a blue buff Karma.
Herald? Is this what this is? No, it looks like Gate's just going to back. Anti-fun. I mean, you know that the AD carry and support are both bottom lane. They don't have vision of the Rift Herald. It would actually be a great time to do it.
Phoenix 1 looking to put the moves on Envy with their macro play. Contesting the blue buff, not able to steal it away. Before trying to control vision on this map. And so far, Envy are playing very passively. Trying to defend and prevent the snowball of Inori once again. But that does mean that Phoenix 1 can take their time with these minion waves and just keep moving around the map. Now, Infernal Drake is coming up soon. And Proxen on this side of the map.
Yeah, Prox is actually a bit ahead. He's about 500 gold up just from farming, getting the bigger camps. So his number is only about 8 up, but he's doing a really good job. Let's put Inori a bit behind. Goes for the red smite too. This is going to be different from Inori. So he goes for the Merc Threads because he's just so afraid of all of the CC that would be coming through. And then he went for the Stalker's Blade because he doesn't want to die while he's CC. Really worried about Hakuho as well as Seraph's damage, but it's mostly Laud. He's going to jump in, smite Laud. Kog'Maw isn't going to kill him as quickly. Probably about half a second. That's about as much as he'll buy, but still.
Well, that Infernal Drake is up in 15 seconds, and right now Envy have got control with their vision. But Laud and Hakuho just recalled. Seraph clearing out a ward.
Yeah, they did recall, and they end up giving up control. They have the Scuttle Crab. And Seraph looks like he's going to walk down here and try to go for a game-breaking fight.
Gate's still only level 5, doesn't have his Tempered Fate, whereas Hakuho does have the Soul Shackles.
Inori's also incredibly close to leveling up. He just wants to leech a little bit of a wave, get himself 7.
He's 2 levels down right now. There he goes. 1 level down.
Yeah, it's just been some great farming here from Proxen. That Tiamat first really helps him clear out tiny camps very quickly. This is just going to be a bit of a stalemate here. Game 3s always get a little bit more tense for the players, unless they get like a really great start and then they snowball. But this is where nobody wants to be the person who messes up and throws the game, throws the series.
It is so important to keep your cool in a game like this.
Yeah, this is where you need a hero.
Question is, who will that hero be? So far, Inori with that first blood is the only advantage that Phoenix 1 have got for 300 gold difference in between the waves. Gate, uh-oh! Ooh!
They're holding out for a hero, but you got Gate. Ends up getting picked off there, and that's what this whole thing is just meant to do. The NV composition, throw those bindings, get that lockup, and Proxen helps so much with his Tremor Sense. And that's NV getting this Infernal Drake, despite it spawning in front of P1 when they had a really good position on it. Just didn't want to take the risk.
NV once again keeping pace, this time in game 3 as they find that pick at the red buff. And game is nice and slow right now, and I'm sure Envy are quite appreciative of that. Proxen steals away the red buff and flashes away, doesn't want to wait for the tunnel.
Well, he actually had a tunnel right over there to the side, but he didn't want to take the risk of walking past Mash again. So the flash from Proxen gone, that gives Inoria a big window here to operate with. Take the whole jungle.
Yeah, he heads to the top side with Brandini. They're going to steal away the red buff in answer. Inori will take that for himself. Things now going down onto Mash, but he does not overextend. His split push laner's senses are tingling. And Inori and Brandini setting up a death bush near the red pit, spotted out by Seraph. These teams are being so careful right now, and you can see it all across the map. Like you said, nobody wants to take any chances.
Yeah. You have to take chances, though. You have to take risks, and that's what gets you ahead if they're actually calculated risks. Right now, it's just they're playing the gentleman's agreement of you take my red, I'll take your red, back and forth, because it's what they can get by the book when you're just making the next step in the process. I feel as though Envy, they've been gifted a little bit here because Kog'Maw is hitting item spikes. He's got the Wit's End. He'll be well on his way. And now Envy actually have a lead.
Have to see if they can use that gold to convert into more. Seraph's trying to keep up. Down about 20 CS now in that solo lane. Brandini finally getting the opportunity to run rampant. Asperion's down about 10 CS in mid lane, and there's another 10 CS difference between Mash and Lod, so things are nice and slow. There's still 5 minutes left on that Rift Herald, and with the next Drake being a Cloud, there's no immediate presence for the two teams to really accelerate the game or try to blow it open.
No, but I feel like the Rift Herald would be really good to have on Inori or Brandini. It would be great for P1. They had the opportunity to take it, and they didn't. A little bit too afraid of Envy, and they were giving them respect, which is good, but too much respect against the team means you're not realizing the opportunities that you can take, and then you end up missing them. So what a lot of teams have been saying is respect everybody, but fear no one.
The CLG mantra. If anyone is familiar with adversity, CLG fans,
It's the fans.
not the team itself, of course not. Yeah. Two-time defending NALCS champion.
Adversity.
Yeah.
They have been through a lot, but still Envy trying to make it to the playoffs so that they can become champions. It still looks like it's going to be a long shot for them right now.
And nice slow game between the two teams. Seems like we've got that 20-minute no-rush agreement. Maybe it wasn't just the coaches that shook hands. All of the players shook hands. Gentlemen's agreement. We'll take our time.
Yeah. I feel like you get away with a little bit more as this Kog'Maw, though. He'll have his Runance Hurricane shortly. Still be a bit, but
Cull fully stacked too. As he's starting to build up, and Envy, the team with some of the longest game times in the league, might get the opportunity to do it once again.
yeah, they're definitely going for it. Those times have been up there, and they continue to be up there. In the final week, though, they only get so many chances.
Yep. Again, this is week 9. These teams both have one more match to play after this. Phoenix 1 are playing Immortals, and Envy are playing Echo Fox.
Different sides of the spectrum for their next opponent.
Yeah.
So both actually want to win against the other here to help them out so much. Playing against Immortals, maybe you'll be able to squeak a win out if you're P1 because they did so against TSM, but it's honestly a matchup that is not P1 favorite at the moment. Envy, on the other hand, Echo Fox is the best opponent that they could hope for based on the standings for their final game to get them in playoffs. But P1 is another team that you would have thought was a good match for Envy to take down, but it's proving much harder than they anticipated.
19 minutes in with 2 kills on the board. Envy playing for that final playoff spot. Are taking their time, and Nori, quick dunk, steals away that Razorbeak. Does not taunt on the way out.
Missed opportunity.
I'll give that an 8 out of 10. 2 points off for missing the execution on that.
It's a harsh scale.
I mean, taunting, the mind game, very important. Uh-oh, Proxen.
Hanging out by the Rift Herald.
Yeah, he gets the ward off, though.
Yeah, Rift Herald, really surprised that it was not taken by P1 earlier. And now, they have to give it up. It's not going to be taken in this entire game. With Cloud Drake live, though, that'll get taken. Everybody's going to head down towards that.
Seems like
for control.
Envy might try to rush down the Rift Herald as they rushed into the pit, in fact.
They don't really have time to do it.
Now they reset. Yeah, racing, realizing that that Cloud Drake is up.
Yeah. Or looking at the timer and going, it's about to despawn.
That was on the hunt.
Oh,
They're trying to catch Seraph. He doesn't quite make it over the wall. Down to half health. Will he go down? He does. Mash gets the kill. But here comes Envy. Finding on Hyperion in the front. He burns his cleanse.
Ooh, Brandini is still running up here as well. He has to walk all the way through. And they're going to turn on him. He walks too far forward.
Tempered Fate is flash. Lot's in the back, though, and Nori will find him knocked up. Lot is kept standing. He chases forward and gets the kill. The teams trade 1 for 1, continuing to chase forward as Proxen and Ninja flash knock up onto Gate. Ninja gets that one as Hakuho manages to get a snare. Double kill. Clean up for Envy.
And Envy turn it immediately around. They give up that 1 kill of Seraph, but everybody collapses. Brandini out of position, and then Inori just way faster than his team, and he gets there too early.
Yeah, that's 3 for 1. The mid-tier 1 will go down, and now Envy have got the lead in this game. 2,500 gold ahead, and racing for that Cloud Drake.
Racing for that playoff spot as well. Lot picks up some early kills for himself too. 1-0 and 2 on the Kog'Maw. Can be feeling really good about that, especially since Ninja already has his core items completed. He's at 3 items.
And here that play is once again.
Yep. Seraph walks a little bit too far forward, trying to get a ward over. Exhausted, picked up, still has flash, decides not to use it because it's kind of a big waste at that point. And now Brandini's like, I'm here, guys. Oh boy. So he did not want to show up to that party. And now everybody comes through the wall from the Natural Journey, and Inori has to ulti away, but he still gets picked up. There were still bullets, I guess spit in transit from the Kog'Maw. Some spittle. And then they pick up 3 off it. Too aggressive of a posture there from Brandini, especially when he has teleport. He would be able to teleport to his team if they had desperately needed him to be able to place down a ward. He walks too far forward, and there was even a pink ward in that bush to the left when he walked up. So he saw a few of those members.
Minor mistakes turned around by Envy as they are pretty comfortably in the lead in this one. Not to mention they've got this scaling with that Kog'Maw once again. But the pressure is on as Phoenix 1 roaming towards that top side of the map. Might look to collapse here. Cosmic Binding misses. Tempered Fate goes wide. Teleport from Seraph. But Inori's trying to get into the back line. Gate chases. There's the spell shield. It wears off. Lot is low. He dodges the fear. It's actually missed by Inori. And the ultimate Lot goes down to Mash, but Inori trades back over. Proxen the tank in the front. Chaos Storm onto Seraph as he kites it back. Proxen is running. Oh, but he gets dropped down. Phoenix 1 continue to chase as Hakuho falls. That's going to be 2 for 3 in favor of Phoenix 1.
And right back into it. Phoenix 1 only down 2,000 gold now, and now they're going to push towards that mid turret. They pinged it out. They want that turret to open up the map once again.
Yeah, they are not going to sit passively and let this Kog'Maw run rampant on them. Here's that fight again. just pulling the trigger, making it happen.
Missing everything. Inori goes through, goes, all right, let's wait for that black shield. Jumps in. Doesn't really get him with the fear either. So a lot of continues to deal damage there, which is the undoing of Inori. He does get exhausted, but it doesn't matter. And then Mash flashes forward, gets a pickup. Kathleen Surprise picks up Gate, and then the pulse is there from the Chaos Storm. Just barely end up getting on the outside. Looks like it may have even been like a Thunderlords that picked up that kill right on the outside.
We're now 24 minutes in the game. We've seen one fight go in Envy's favor and one fight go in Phoenix 1's favor. That Cloud Drake was picked up by Envy on the outside of this fight, but the next one's going to be an Infernal. And if Phoenix 1 get that, it's right back to even. However, Envy, well aware that Baron could be on the map, starts setting up some deep vision and starts setting up some wards. Seraph doesn't have teleport, which is why he's so close in that mid lane. And now,
Brandini's off on the other side though. He doesn't have teleport either. It looks like he's just gonna flat push and see if Seraph will answer him. That means that Envy may be more confident in their 4-on-4. Because Seraph, I mean, he's done a lot of damage for his team in the last 2 games. Out-damaged the Kog'Maw in the first one, and in game 2, I believe he's still the highest damage on his team. So if you're able to have a 4-on-4 without him, that's probably beneficial for P1. All you do is lose out on the trundle, who isn't necessary because nobody's really boarding the tank stats.
oh, Tempered Fate, Hakuho flashes, Proxen flashes, and they escape. Phoenix 1 tried to Zerg down a pick, but Envy dodged at the last second.
Yep, up to 2 flashes from Hakuho and Proxen. Makes some kind of easy targets now that Inori has his ghost back up.
Brandini's very far forward. He's taking a lot and will drop to Seraph, but Inori flanks back in. That's Proxen, still with no flash, escaping.
Yeah, that's even the ghost from Inori too. He tries to just run right through. And even, I don't know why Brandini is so far forward. It's just multiple times that he's done this now.
A little bit of difficulty for Phoenix 1 as they're down about 2,000 gold behind Envy in this very patient game between the two teams. There's a lot of calm. And the fans right now are favoring Phoenix 1. 62% to 38.
Everybody likes an upset. Phoenix 1, I mean, they had the worst possible first half of the split.
Yeah.
And seeing them bounce back and seeing what they're really capable of, the growth that they've gone through, is just fantastic. It's hard to not be a fan of this team when they're winning and when they're putting on a good show.
Phoenix 1 still definitely demonstrating some growth as Inori, the Titan in game number 2, has done so much for them. Well, this game goes back towards that Trinity Force first without even finishing off that upgraded jungle item. Looking to blow this game open. If he can find Lot in the back, if he can find Ninja unprotected, Phoenix 1 can try to use that as an opportunity. But 15 seconds for this Infernal Drake. And Envy are already on that side of the map.
Yeah, Envy already congregating. Brandini, they pinged him out. They know that he's trying to push. This is super aggressive from him. Again, he's kind of the sacrificial lamb here. And now they're going to not even cut him off. Okay. So yeah, they're just going to go towards mid. And just those movements on the map. Brandini goes back to split pushing. They have to watch out for Seraph. Seraph goes in.
Oh, Furian's in the front.
It was a nice stun. It was a nice stun. Gate ended up stunning Seraph right off the side of the screen, and that might be that bottom turret going over to Brandini.
He's putting out a lot of pressure onto it. Meanwhile, the rest of Phoenix 1 are rushing towards the Baron. They could be trying to trade this over, and Envy, now they're pinging it. Now they know.
Now they think about it. It's like, where did they go? Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, they go there. Just kidding. Wrong way.
Racing back around. Tempered Fate goes wide.
Yeah, it looked like they weren't going to check it either. It's like they were going to try to push down mid. And that's the Infernal Drake still not being contested at all.
Yeah. Phoenix 1 definitely want this Infernal Drake to balance things back out with Envy, especially against that Kog'Maw.
They would love to have it themselves. Victor loves Infernal Drakes. Gets so much AP from his Hex Core.
Finding field goals in between Phoenix 1. Mash in the front and Inori hanging on to that charge. They see Brandini on the side and immediately turn onto him. Flashes to dodge the binding, but that's Envy forcing to reset in the river and the Infernal Drake resetting. They try to turn on it though, and they will knock it down. That's 2 Infernal Drakes for Envy, and Phoenix 1 cannot make up their mind.
Yeah, they stopped pushing the mid lane because they tried to turn and get that Infernal Drake, so they lose some DPS time on this turret. Still think they'll get it though, just because Mash had that Phantom Dancer completed.
Here comes Envy. Yeah, Phoenix 1 dropped the turret and bail. Envy trade that over. It's 4 turrets to 3, but 3 Drakes to 1. And we're starting to see some deviation in this game.
Yeah, a lot of deviation here because it's usually just the back and forth, the trading.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, no Infernal Drake for you this time. Maybe we're going to walk towards Baron. We're seeing different things, but they aren't always effective. They aren't even a better choice than the choices that the teams are making before. Baiting the Baron, even going and doing the Baron, may have been better there for P1, but instead they pop the Sivir ultimate and they go for a really, really long chase down.
Oh, that's Ginsu's finished on Kog'Maw.
Yep.
Oh
Ends up
boy.
making phantoms of himself. That little purple sparks, little purple Kog'Maws for just a half second.
Yeah. No, you do not need to get your vision checked. That's just the ability of that Ginsu's Rage Blade.
Yeah. He stacks it so quickly as well. And
Oh, yeah.
when it stacks, every other basic attack will trigger on hit effects. And Devourer wasn't even that good because Devourer took multiple ranged hits beyond just 2 to do it. So Kog'Maw now does it every 2 hits, and it just makes his on-hit build so good.
We're now cresting that 30-minute mark, and Envy are neck and neck. Oh, a lot of damage. It's a bit of a face check from Envy. Eats some. And Nori, again, racing around, cannot find a way in. He's 0-2-4 this game and has not been allowed to blow this thing up. And Envy are successfully containing Phoenix 1 and trading objectives back and forth. Once again, Brandini keeping Seraph occupied on the other side of the map while the rest of Phoenix 1 look for any weakness.
And they keep checking. And it looks like the top side is where they want to go next. They see Karma in the mid. If they can clear this out and they can stop bot from really just clearing this wave out, they'll have a good time.
They have to play it safe, though, and keep themselves out of range of any potential picks. Proxy needs a Cosmic Binding before clearing out this vision for Phoenix 1. And Mash leading this game for Phoenix 1, just racing around, catching those minion waves. In the previous game, he Flame Horizoned and nearly double Flame Horizoned Vlad in game number 1. But this time around, Vlad is keeping pace, only 30 CS down.
Yeah, Mash is doing a better job of grouping up as well. He's not pushing those side waves or anything like that. Sticking with the team.
Phoenix 1 have rotated now towards that bottom tier 2 turret. Seraph already had the wave shoved out. And without the minions there, they have to back away. Phoenix 1 are moving. They're trying. They're moving left and right across the map, but Envy are keeping themselves safe, taking it nice and patient and calm. Do not let Phoenix 1 get frenetic.
Don't let them start all of those hectic fights and kind of Hecarim start going off. He's going for a Hex Drinker build as well. May go for the full Maw, double AP, and Kog'Maw's mostly going to do that type of damage.
"32 minutes in. Nice and slow match. Very tactical play from Envy. And really, it speaks a lot to the team that even though they're 1-6 in the second half of the split, that they're able to reset after a game as explosive. But Phoenix 1 are looking to turn it around. Spell Shield, Flash.
Nash really aggressive on that. Almost gets stunned up there too.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
Snared.
almost. Yeah, no. Yeah, he almost gets snared, but he has to walk through the goo. Empyrean had a really good zoning W there.
And once again, Phoenix 1 are foiled in their attempt to find a kill, to find something.
Well, I mean, they did get the TP out of Seraph.
They did.
That's actually a big something right now that Brandini can start to abuse. And the rest of P1 can abuse. If he has priority here, I think he's just going to get this turret right here. Oh, boy. Nope, Seraph has something to say about it.
Yeah. 3 items, clearing that minion wave as quick as he can.
Yeah, and this is where Brandini just needs to keep pressure up and threaten the teleport. if he can actually push Seraph out of the lane, which would be a little bit of a tall order, it could actually open up the map for his whole team.
The next Cloud Drake is up in 1 minute.
Yeah, Mash now back to split pushing top, maybe to push that out to the tier 2, get himself some gold, and then group up for that Cloud Drake.
And this is something that we know about Mash, that he does when he gets frustrated. And you have to imagine in a game like this, not finding these kills, not trying to, or not getting these opportunities, it's got to take a toll on your mentality. Brandini continues to split push.
He just wants to pick on Seraph a bit. Seraph's TP halfway to being back up here. And this looks like a Baron dance. It's going to start from P1 because that teleport is down. Feel like they need to abuse it, though. Seraph would have to walk to a fight, and he's such a big part of these fights right now.
About halfway down on that cooldown. Tempered Fate catches Proxen.
Yeah, he was looking for Laud because he blew Laud's flash the previous Tempered Fate, but he got a Black Shield from Aqua, so really fast on that. And that's what the Morgana pick was for. The Braum won't stop the Tempered Fate picks, but the Morgana will.
Alrighty, that Cloud Drake has spawned.
We're already on it.
We're seeing Phoenix 1 trying to burn through its health. But here comes Envy. Brandini and Seraph are split on that far lane. Proxen over the wall. Oh, Smite secure the fourth Cloud Drake, or fourth Elemental Drake, as Proxen forced to flash over the wall. Chaos Storm, Lot in the front, cleanse from Pyrian. He's running away. Mash gets the kill on the far side, but Lot in the pit has managed to drop Brandini. That's a 1-for-2 trade. And that Cloud Drake going down. Now Envy continue to chase forward. They've got the numbers advantage for now.
Yeah, and Envy with 2 Cloud and 2 Infernal. Still not going to move straight to that Baron just yet. And Laud, he has that Blade of the Rune King, able to pop it in that fight, keep himself very healthy, and nobody was able to get on him after the first initial burst of the fight, because Nori started to chase Proxen more out of frustration and the fact that he almost killed him than tactical rightness, I would put it that way, as opposed to decision-making and stuff. Mash gets chunked. Now he's on the back foot. Proxen starts getting blown up here as well, and now Laud is just standing there, and Mash, as well as Nori, instead of grouping up and attacking Laud, well, really, they go over the back wall and give up 2 kills.
Yeah. Did leave Brandini out to dry in that fight, and he ended up going down, but it's still dead even in gold. Envy control the Drakes, though.
Yes.
That is a lot of movement speed and a lot of damage.
Yeah, it helps them move around the map a ton, and that the fact that it's the double Infernal is really big. It's going to give them so much, and Kog'Maw's just going to have even more base damage. Still important, but he's almost full build too. Laud, once again, kind of the heartbeat of this composition.
Currently 4, 1, and 3 with 4 items completed and an Elixir of Wrath in his inventory. He is rearing and ready to go. Phoenix 1 might be ready to bring it as they're grouped up in the mid lane. Binding misses.
Yep.
And, ooh, Laud's in the front. That's a flashless Kog'Maw. Get that guy in the back. And they're actually trying to set up a Baron play right now. This is going to be an interesting trade.
It's going to go down very quickly here. They have to interrupt it. They have to get wards over the wall. It's 3,000.
Oh, they're peeling it off. They know that Phoenix 1 are here. They've already lost the tier 2, and Envy aren't committing.
Seraph might just be backing for a TP play. This gets interrupted. He has to hold.
This is a weird position for these teams to be in. Phoenix 1 on the wrong side of the map. Envy continuing to feign back and forth around that Baron. Once again, clear out the wards. Seraph has to keep Brandini occupied as this vision is cleared out. Now, Phoenix 1 are actually split. There goes the blue trinket. Some damage over the wall. The binding caught Pyrian, and Laud destroys him. There's on the hunt. Tempered Fate. Hakuho eats that snare.
That was the big threat. That's the one they have to worry about, is all that magic damage from Victor. And now they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, there goes the magic journey. They're going to be trading this inhibitor over for the Baron.
Yeah, and that's going to be Brandini trying to push through. If Inori can steal this.
Seraph, oh, he can't quite catch up. Got the onslaught.
Does he have the
Rushes
instinct?
in. Oh
He
my God!
got
He
it!
stole it! Phoenix 1 steal the Baron. That's an Ori going down, and Brandini is split pushing on the inhibitor.
Are you kidding me? That gives Brandini so much power to push through, and that makes that play awful for Envy.
Amazing senses from Inori, dodging around and getting that. The inhibitor, a huge pickup for Phoenix 1.
What a god. Seriously. He's barely able to see it because his teammates keep walking up, and despite there being a pink ward in the pit, he gets vision just barely from the walk up here. Mash is trying to continue to give him vision. He just peeks up, see? Just barely, Gate and Mash are able to give it to him, and that secures the Baron. It's a little unfair for Proxen because it's a level 16 versus level 15, but still, he jumps in, gets it, picks it up, awarded for his efforts. Would have to double check the smite values. I thought he was 18 from the angle that I was looking at the monitor, but obviously not 18 when he's just 16.
Now Phoenix 1 have got the opportunity to break this game open. Elder Dragon is up in 80 seconds, but with that bottom inhibitor down, that is one of the best lanes to have that pressure on. Brandini, again, back in his native environment. He's level 18 already. He's 20 CS ahead of Seraph. Not too much when you think about it, but he's been keeping that Seraph occupied this entire match, this entire series.
Yeah, it's been an interesting strategy as well because we haven't seen much of Brandini, but he seems to be a better split pusher than Zig in most of the situations because he just sticks to himself. He just continues to push. Zig is a teammate that loves to protect his team while he's team fighting, and that just doesn't seem to be what Brandini has in mind at all. Play the Trundle, split push, shut Seraph down, and make Envy bleed objectives when he leaves the lane. And it's been working this whole series.
Yeah, he's doing it once again as the 1 and 4 split push with Baron looks to break the base of Envy even more. Seraph taking so much damage, has got to respect this Trundle. Meanwhile, Laud playing turret defense as best he can. He's got to keep himself safe. Inori, he's got the Triforce. Will he rush in? There's On the Hunt. That's a lot of movement speed, but it's denied. The inhibitor turret falls. Proxen in the front, snare onto Inori.
Oh,
Laud does a lot, but the Chaos Storm forces Envy back.
and they're going to be able to chunk down this turret, or sorry, this inhibitor just piece by piece, whereas that turret on the top side, Brandini, he can open up that lane as well. There's nobody answering him at this second, and if they go top, well, looks like inhibitor takes some damage, and then back and forth.
Just keep pulling Envy apart. Kyrian drops the gravity field, but can't find the stun. Minions being escorted in one after the other. Tempered Fate forces the flash out of Hakuho. The second inhibitor goes down. Pings now onto that final remaining inhibitor. But the rest of Phoenix 1 are heading to the Dragon.
Yeah, they're going for that Elder Dragon. Ninja on the top side, Seraph up here as well. And Brandini is just stalling. If they lose that third inhibitor, that could be the final nail in the coffin. But this might also be it as well. The Elder Dragon for P1, they are the ones who only have one Drake, though.
Yeah, the do or die buff has been picked up as Phoenix 1 take the Baron with a steal from Inori, take the Elder Dragon and 2 inhibitors, and are now in control of this game.
And Inori with such a huge steal because Envy ended up getting nothing out of that Baron attempt. They ended up losing their bottom inhibitor turret. They ended up losing their inhibitor, and they lost the Baron to boot. And that was a huge turnaround here as P1. Now they are in the driver's seat. They have the objectives in their hands.
Remarkably, though, it's still only 3,000 gold that separates the team, so Envy are very close in stats, not to mention the 2 Infernal Drakes.
Oh, we found ourselves in this situation as well, but this is a different one.
Oh,
Ash
Death
loves
Bush.
to split.
Oh, Death Bush.
But
Oh,
Mash.
Death Bush. Oh, my God. He actually makes it out alive, and Ori is in the front, rushing in, trying to get some sort of answer back, but Envy have turned Phoenix 1. They're going to continue chasing forward, though. 5 versus 4. Esperion's at the blue. Tempered Fate. Hakuho spell shields. And a binding stops Inori from chasing. Envy are still alive.
yeah, but P1 are going to chase down here because look at that base. It's taking damage. There's a lot of super minions that are about to be crashing in. 2 lanes worth, and they're going to try to get this third right here. And we might be in the same situation as we were at game 1, Dom.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before. The binding catches Gate, but they don't even care. As that final inhibitor turret falls, for Phoenix 1. They're trying to break it out.
They have to watch out for Lod. Lod.
Oh my gosh, he's still able to get the kill. He flashes forward. Matt goes down. That's shut down. He chases onto Gate. He's got the double Cloud Drake. Just needs some more movement speed.
Oh my god.
The auto attack's caught. Exhaust. Lod gets a triple kill. That's 4 members of Phoenix 1 dead.
Deja vu. Game 1, pretty much the same thing. Brandini's going to go to the bot side, though. I don't know if he can actually end the game, but he's still going to be able to possibly get this inhibitor back. No, he doesn't have enough damage. He's going to get pushed off by Ninja.
Yeah, Ninja's there as well. It's 45 seconds for Phoenix 1 to respawn. But Envy are pressuring that top lane, trying to bring those minions in. I try to take at least a tier 2.
I swear to God, like, Lod does nothing for the whole game until it looks like they have nothing left. And then it's like, we forgot about Lod, boys. And he just cleans up. 9-1 in 4 just blows up the whole game.
Yeah. That tier 2 will fall, and Envy are able to reset. But here's that fight in the top lane once again. Lod!
Yeah, this is a perfect situation for him as well. He's now just turning onto Inori, gets the Blade of the Ruined King down, picks him up, Mash absorbs the first R, eats the second one, and it has execute damage on it now. Gets the shield from Karma too. So, oh man, pops the Mercurial Scimitar as well. Almost gets the quadra kill, but Ninja picks it up. Just wanted the movement speed.
Now 30 seconds before that Baron respawns, and Phoenix 1 well aware, despite that middle inhibitor being down, they're now starting to prepare some of this vision. If they can pull Envy out of position once again, they can look for a favorable fight, but Envy taking their time, waiting to be nice and grouped up before they try to sneak in and get some of this vision back.
Yeah, but this is going to be the Baron. Probably started up on spawn. Envy, they're going to try to fight this. They're going to try to punch their ticket to playoffs and get that last spot.
There goes a ward over the wall. The Baron's already down to half. Make that a third. That's Seraph on the side. Brandini in the front gets locked down, and Lod shreds through. The Guardian Angel has been popped.
They have to go now.
Seraph is not going to go into the back line. Inori looks for Lod, but gets cleaned up. Lod is doing quite a bit, but Brandini continues to chase. It's 1 for 2. Proxen in the front, but Lod is zoned away by the Chaos Storm. Proxen is going to die. Phoenix 1 are 4 versus 2.
And Lod had to back out. The ricochets ended up catching him, and then the crits came through.
Oh,
Brandini's going to try to get the
I
kill.
don't think you want this, Brandini. Oh, he does. That's going to be a shutdown kill by Mash, and Brandini does go down.
It doesn't matter, though. It's Seraph versus 3 members here, and it's an 80 carry that has wave clear and can shred these turrets.
It's Seraph versus the world, but they got to go through some inhibitors first. 30 seconds for Ninja to get up there. That inhibitor goes down.
They have this big wave. P1 want to say, not today to Envy. They're going to have to wait for their playoff ticket.
Trying to clear these minions out as fast as they can. On the hunt is used. Mash clears out the first. Gate, Empyrean on the side.
Seraph has ulti.
Go in. He goes in, ults himself. Gate survives. That's 1 going down, but the Nexus turret is about to fall. Mash in the front as he Zhonya's, but the Nexus has gone down. Seraph does not get the outplay. Hakuho has spawned. Exhaust, Soul Shackles, Tempered Fate reset. Gate is stunned. I cannot believe he's got to defend. Ninja's up. Oh my God. Envy, hold on.
Just barely. Baron's still alive. Ping's going down onto it right now from Inori. Are they going to try to backdoor? There's so many options here. They have to find the right one if they're P1 and Envy both.
They're rushing now towards that Baron. Wait, Lod is undefended. Trying to clear out these minions. Mash is there too.
Boy.
His on the hunt is about to come off of cooldown.
Oh, no. Is Inori going to be, is he going to do it? Is he going to
do it.
He's got Ghost.
That's
there
on the
they
hunt.
go. They're going to try to end the game right here.
They're racing onto the Nexus. The recalls. Void Rush. They're trying to get in there. That's going to be Proxen chasing up, but the Nexus goes down. Phoenix 1 backdoor their way to yet another victory and take down Envy.
Phoenix 1. Every time it looks like it's going to be so hard, it is, but